Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dougie Fresh Pick Stocks and Stuff. Now that we have a show name after almost 2 years, how is everybody on this Sunday evening? Let's see what the market's going to be like. I have a feeling it might be red tomorrow. Oil seems to be up. Stock futures look like they're down, Janica. And how are you guys? All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose, only not intended. It has financial advice, so always do your due diligence. I can't even talk here. And let's see what the market's going to look like for us. That's what's important, not me talking, that's for sure. But let's see. It was red yesterday. It looks like it's going to be red tomorrow. It does say right here. Let's get our weekend brief by FinViz real quick. It does say U.S. equity futures steady near correction territory as oil holds above $100 on escalating U.S.-Iran standoff and traders brace for energy-driven inflation pressure. So all kinds of crazy stuff going on right now, guys, and it doesn't look like the market's looking too hot. But I know Trump gave him an ultimatum, Iran. I don't know exactly. It was to open back up to, what is it called? The Strait of Hormuz. So, yeah, I think he gave him like 48 hours or something like that. We'll have to look into that and see what's going on. But let's see what's happening with our list and everything else here. And let's see what you guys want to look at this weekend. Let's go through and see what we have on deck and on tap for tomorrow. It should be a wild one, I'm sure. ONDS, that was pulling back. That was down 69 cents. That does not look that great right there. I can say that. It looked really good last week. That I traded like 5 days in a row. It was crazy. And then Galaxy pulling back and crypto not looking so hot either at the moment. Bitcoin back to 67,847. So Ethereum's at 2,053. It's teetering around 2,000. Solana's back at 86. Cardano's at 25 cents. And you can pick Ripple up for $1.38 right now. So they're not looking so good. They're pulling back as well. ASTS was big time pullback the other day, and we'll see. It looks like it wants to pull back some more. UMAC had been going down pretty good, and that looks like it's going to continue to fall off a cliff right there. Redwire, I thought, was getting set up until Friday, and then that one jumped down as well. And the same with Rocket Lab, took a big old dip, and these things look like they're going to get crushed unless something major happens tomorrow. I mean, Trump better pump that market hardcore. This nuclear looks real good. These guys could run. Here you go. These could be your top picks for tomorrow. Maybe NKLR. Let's take a look at Oklo right here, see what that looks like in SMR. So keep them on your watch list. Oklo right there, pulling back, getting to be in a good spot. I could see it start setting up right there. And SMR was also pulling back a little bit, but almost in a pretty decent spot. So maybe nuclear will look good. We'll look at nuclear in the morning, and I'll take a look at that and just make a little note right there. Let's see what EOSC, that was pulling back. I know that. I remember that was down. And that, I mean, it has a weird look. It almost looks like a healthy pullback, but it could dip down some more. We'd have to look at it in the morning after this weekend. And iron right here had been running them. And that has an interesting look as well. Like it would like to pop, but I'm not so sure it will be able to, but maybe it will. It was running up last week when things were dipping. Critical metals pulling back right there. And these guys were pulling back. MP way down. USAR, and that's at USA Rare Earths. Look at that big pullback right there. And then, of course, your 4Us is that Energy Fuels. That was dipping down. And then your UAMY was pulling back over 10%. So some major dips on them. And they look like they want to continue to dip down there. So we'll watch for them to see if they would like to come down some more. Maybe that's going to be a play right there. The puts on them guys. ASPI dipping down pretty well. And yeah, Trump better do something quick because this he's about to lose the market. He loses this market, and my whole thing was based off of, him having the market at all-time highs going into November, into the midterms, and he might do pretty well. I don't know if he's going to do so well if the market looks like this and continues and the war drags on. So he's going to have to do something pretty quick here. I think he's getting the pressure every which way, I would assume, because I'm telling you, this market just does not look good. If it's going to get into jump off territory and really dip hard, it's going to happen relatively soon. So you're getting into that territory now. And Burner right there was pulling back. UAVS, that was dipping down pretty hard as well. Look at that thing. That thing had been setting up, and there's not a whole lot that looks good. Let's put it that way. Light path wasn't looking so good. That was a dark path on Friday. like the rest of the market. And look at Carmen pulling back, and that's an aerospace and defense one right there. So that's a huge pullback. Katos, that was pulling back really big too. I remember seeing that one. LMT right here was a nice pullback, and Huntington Ingalls, they were pulling back, and Northrop Grumman. So none of them look good as well. They all look like they're going to continue down. So it is crazy that you see the entire market, not even many sectors. Maybe we'll see some energy ones, like I said. NKLR, about the only one that looked like it was halfway decent right now. Mobilicom coming back down after that run up the other day. And let's take a look at Gush, because that one could be a good one too. Your oil and gas guys, they could continue to run up, and then Boyle could try to run back up. We'll see. It has that look right there. I'd keep an eye on Boyle tomorrow. So just keep an eye on, obviously, Gush and then your Boyle, and we'll see what they want to do in the morning. We'll be taking a look at them too and see what natural gas and obviously the oil and gas ones want to do. And RGTI, these guys weren't doing much either. We don't even know have to waste time on them because they were all pulling back too. QBTS right there's that D wave. That was down. Your Defiance Quantum ETF was way down right there. IONQ, that was down. What did RCAT do? That was pulled back. Whoa, RCAT, big dip right there. That looks like it could go underneath of that support line. So, yeah, market not looking so strong at the moment. We could say that. I think everybody can agree on that one. So, let's see what the healthcare few are doing right here. UNH was down. MOH was pulling back as well. And Oscar couldn't hold its weight. And that did take a big dip because I had that on my watch list. So I did see that one dipping down right there. And then your DXYZ was pulling down. And what about SATS? Look at that. EchoStar trying to do something right there. That's an interesting look. I'll tell you that. I mean, I'd look at it tomorrow. Maybe it'll do something. I'll just jot it down here to see if it wants to do something there tomorrow for SATS. And let's see what's in Nestec. I don't know what that was doing Friday. I don't really remember. Sinestech, look at that. It was up 4 cents. And I mean, it has a look like it's going to probably try to either make a base or level down. I don't know if it's going to get popping off of that spot right there. And IMRX, that one was moving up. Now that could get curled up. Maybe that one tries to run up a little bit as well. So we can definitely keep an eye on that IMRX tomorrow right there. CMG Chipotle was up a little bit. And I don't know about that. That looks like it's about to bounce off of the MACD, come down, and your Cracker Barrel, like I said, I think that's going to bounce off the MACD and come down, and not a good look for them guys. They're going to get hurt by that, especially that Cracker Barrel, because it was like I was explaining, and let me go back to it real quick. As I was explaining before, you had this huge dip from the woke comments from the CEO or whatever happened back then, and then it took a huge nosedive. And just as it was about to get moving again and then back into a bullish trend, you had the Iran war started, and they're about to get destroyed, and they couldn't really afford it because again, they made a terrible decision up here when the market was and the stock was doing well. They could have afforded a little bit of pullback, but I mean, they went from 70s to the 20s, guys, and you can't be doing things like that. Not in this kind of economy. Maybe like in the 90s, you could do things like that and then bounce right back. Yeah, that was feasible. But in this economy, forget about it, especially the restaurant industry. I don't even know how any of them are open anymore, to be honest with you. So that's fascinating to me in itself, that any restaurants like even surviving, let alone like a Cracker Barrel goes and does this. The CEO did some crazy stupid stuff back here. When was that? Back in July. And yeah, that thing just tanked. And then when it was about to run, forget about it. So I've talked about it before, why it's so important that you don't make decisions like that. And so, yeah, crazy things right there for Cracker Barrel. But anyway, they'll have to deal with that, and we'll keep an eye on it and see what the stock chart looks like. And I can tell them exactly what the company will do just as we look at the stock chart right here. And it'll try to get set up, but I don't think it can. I think you're going to keep rolling off the MACD. It's coming down right there. You can already see it right now. So, yeah, I think we're coming down right now already. And then this bearish trend line is going to kind of knock it down, whereas before it was trying to ride up on a bullish trend line and get moving there, and now it just won't be able to do it, and unless like the market completely reverses around and everything starts looking great and there's a huge catalyst, and then it can get rolling. And I don't know, at the moment, guys, it just doesn't look like it wants to do that. Plug was pulling back pretty big too, and that one had been looking great up until Friday there. So that was plugging along. And then it took a nice, someone plugged it up and it went right down right there. How about QuantumScape? That was pulling back as well. That one's already been a weak one, so that's getting affected. But Rocket Mortgage, Rocket Companies or whatever, that one started to look good there on Thursday, and then Friday destroyed that too. Look at that thing, and it started to crawl through. I remember looking at it, and then it pulled itself back and bounced down. So I think that one might suffer right now. Zach, LDI right here, that was down as well. And what was Home Depot and Lowe's, because they were dipping hard the other day. And there you go. So we'll have to watch for these guys to actually bottom out right there. Look at Lowe's just dipping down. I mean, that could be a great opportunity. The whole market's going to be a great opportunity pretty damn soon right here. So I'd say Lowe's, all of these things are pulling back pretty good. What about Lucid? Now, that one actually looked pretty good the other day. It had a little healthy pullback, and I say it still looks pretty decent right there. So maybe Lucid, and there's probably only a couple that I've seen so far that look halfway decent right there. What about Rich Tech Robotics? And that's been dipping down and pulling back some more. And that Galt was pulling back a little bit more. And I did talk to Joseph Levy, and he said he's still in pain. What did he say? I don't want to exactly. I forget. You guys know my memory. So let me go and check, and I'll let you know what he said. I'll tell you guys. I'll give you the Joseph Levy update because I did talk to him. I was messaging with him to see how he was feeling. And what the heck did he say? Let's see. He said that, let me see. What the heck did it say? He was just saying that he was hoping that this fusion takes well, because if not, it's going to be like a real nightmare. And he's just been in a lot of pain. And he said that he didn't really remember the last time being this bad. So he said that he's just trying to. He goes to his follow-up doctor pretty soon, and he'll keep us posted. But he's just been kind of hurting there, and I can only imagine. I mean, that was some major surgery there. I thought he was moving around pretty well after, right after. I was like, holy cow, dude, that's crazy that you were even moving. And yeah, maybe he was moving too soon. I believe you should move pretty as fast as you can too, but you just never know how the fusions take and things like that. He's got all kinds of rods, and again, he had military accidents and stuff like that overseas, so he got banged up pretty good. He told us the story, me and Luis Rodriguez. It was wild. And but he was told the story. He doesn't even remember any of it. And so yeah, it's kind of crazy stuff, but hopefully he can heal up and get better. Remember, he's supposed to go play in Vegas for like the national championships in pool. He like won to go play, and he had his back surgery right before, like, a couple months before. He was hoping that he'd be all right. And I don't know. I mean, I'd say that's coming up soon. I have to ask him, but that tournament's got to be coming up pretty soon, I would assume. So have to keep in touch with Joseph Levy, and we're all thinking about him. And Fun right here was not having so much fun with the rest of the market right there on Friday. And Grab right here, we might be able to grab all of these a lot cheaper, I think, to be honest with you. What about AMPX pulling back right there? That looks like it's about to come straight down. And then your Data Vault right there was dipping down after the earnings, but it did follow suit with the market. So, we'll keep an eye on Data Vault to keep an eye on them and see if they want to, when the bottom will be with the rest of it. And UCO right here, because they had crazy earnings. I don't even look at earnings, but their earnings were nuts, and it'll go back up. And this UCO is the pro crude oil, and that thing is just ripping in the top some more, and SCO is still dipping down some more. So we'll be keeping an eye. It looks like it's about to roll off the MACD going down. If that doesn't curl up tomorrow and oil does its thing, it's going to be the next couple of days. It looks like it's going to be hard, because it's going to end up taking that turn off the MACD. I mean, they could always reverse. Don't get me wrong. Things can happen, but it'll make it a little tougher. Let's put it that way. A little more difficult. And then your JVA was back up again, and that is your coffee that we've been looking at. And how about your sugarcane, guys? I mean, holy cow, what a call, right? Is that insane call? 976 to 1053 on sugar. I mean, that's crazy. ETF right there. I don't know what it's paying. It should go up some more tomorrow, to be honest with you. There you go. How about your momentum play for tomorrow is cane, Cane. It's sugar, and that's what your momentum play. How about that? How did I think I picked out your coffee and your sugar to run as the market was tanking? I mean, we should have just put everything in them, and we would have done really well right there. Look at that coffee right there, guys. What did I tell you guys? Did I not say coffee was about to get wild? Look at that. I mean, how crazy is that, guys? Look at that thing right to the 50. Boop. And it's going to blast right through it and it's going to get to the 200 and might even keep going past that. And I'm just telling you that and not even doing anything about it. But I told you what JVA was doing. I told you what I mean, the calls have been absolutely bonkers lately. I mean, they're so on point. So on point, the fact that I shorted the Qs down on Friday, and I said it in the Discord too. I even said, "Yo, that 15 and 30 minute don't look so good right here. It's going down." And then I jumped in them, and they were up like 130 something percent. So, and that's in a couple minutes, guys. I mean, these things move so fast, especially when they're moving the way they are, and they're just big red candles dipping down like $1 every minute right there. It's crazy. So yeah, you catch one of them and a couple big wicks, and there you go. That's your day. It's crazy. So we've been calling the market pretty well and just trying to stay a little more patient and ahead of it, to be honest with you. So there you go. We stayed ahead of it with coffee and sugar cane. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I definitely, you guys know, I nailed them things. I don't think there was a person in the world that I know about that had mentioned coffee or sugar cane and anything about it. And there you go. So, like I said, maybe we should be trading futures. I mean, they're really easy to see. And let's look at this list right here from our Asian Jolie's Jams right here from Asian Jolie. I still have never heard from her, so I hope she's doing well. But I kept her list on here because she did contribute for so long, and I'm always going to keep that little list on here. I like these couple stocks right here. What is it, 6 of them or so? And they are pretty good. Rhythm right there, dipping down. Blink right here. I never even knew this one until she started talking about it. And it's way down there, guys. That has a chance to try to bounce. Look for a bounce play, possibly. Sezzle pulling back a little bit more. And then that Sterling likes to dip around and jump up a lot. Look at this. I think that could be a huge dip down. But you know, when it dips down pretty good and hits the support lines, it does like to bounce. It was bouncing the interest. We'd have to see that one tomorrow. But that could be a play. You know, it'll move a lot. It always does. Rivian taking a huge dip right there on Friday. And then your Symbiotic right there was following the market. And that looks like it's going to continue down as well. And then when I was making my list here, for some odd reason, I decided to write laptop travels list where I put Luis Rodriguez. So I had to kind of cross it out because I was like, I don't feel like writing all these again. So I just crossed it out and put laptop travels name there and then crossed out laptop's name and put Lewis's list over there. So I switched them around tonight because I honestly I just made a mistake when I was doing the list, and when I got done, I realized it. I was like, well, I'm not fixing that. Anyway, we'll go through our laptop travel list. We'll look at our Michael Anthony's and see what Luis Rodriguez is up to this evening and everybody else, and then we'll see what the Spy Mag 7 and all the big caps and them guys are going to be doing tomorrow. And of course, let's take a quick peek at crypto. Like I said, it is red and it's not looking pretty either right now. There's not a whole lot looking good. Look at that thing. It's dipping down. That's for sure. I did see it earlier. I was looking at it and said, well, crypto's about to lose itself too. And if that really loses itself, gold is not looking good and silver isn't looking good. If all of these indices and all of these or indices and commodities and everything basically just start all selling off at one time, you're going to end up seeing some major craziness in the market. You're going to see a huge sell off in the market, obviously. And yeah, I would say we're going to see a recession period, possibly. I mean, it's hard to bounce right back from things like that. That's why before, every time it got to them levels, and I told you, it always bounced right back up. He's going to have to pull some strings right here, and I think he knows it because they've been pretty good on everything, running the market pretty well, knowing what they've had to do at the right timing. Like I said, I've never seen anybody do what they've done, obviously. And yeah, if he's going to pull it off, he's going to have to do something relatively quick. I think that's why you saw the 48-hour notice on Iran for whatever it was. Trump gave him like threatens to hit key infrastructure, like all their energy and stuff like that, because if they don't open up that Strait of Hormuz or whatever it's called in 48 hours, and that was yesterday, so I guess that's like down to like 48 or 24 hours or something like that. However, whatever half of 48 is, 24. So it should be about that, like one more day. We should find out about all that good stuff tomorrow. So anyway, let's continue and cruise right through, see what's going on with our list, and we'll get back to college basketball right here, because who's been watching March Madness? That's been pretty interesting as well. That's always a lot of fun, honestly. Good March Madness is great. Right now, who's on? I would say Virginia and Tennessee, close game right here with a minute 37 left, and it's 71-70. And then Iowa and Florida. Look at that. The number one Florida down at halftime, 33-31 right there. So Utah State, Arizona playing. That just tipped off, and a whole lot of other games. And then the next games, I believe, are what, Thursday? Yeah, after tonight. They're Thursday, Friday, and then I don't know. I guess they're over the weekend. I don't know. But anyway, there you go with a little college basketball March Madness update right there. And yeah, Doge Mama 9, I certainly will. I will let him know. And I told him just hop on the put on the show at night and just lay there and relax and just get a good laugh sometimes. So hopefully he's listening and just hanging out there. But yeah, we're thinking about Joseph Levy, that's for sure. And here you go. I'll roll right through these guys. We'll see that one. It's going to be hard to tell, so we'll just cruise right through. We'll look at, here you go. Here's a good list if you like any of these charts, and I'll tell you, like, that one looks pretty good going into tomorrow, but it's not a guarantee going in over the weekend. So we'll look at them all real quick and see what's going on right here, and if we like anything, especially BCG right there. Now that one looks pretty good at the moment, and again, over the weekend hard. This is that Blue Jay one, BJDX, Blue Jay Diagnostics. That doesn't look bad. The Blue Jay looks like it wants to get flying up there a little bit. BMRA, isn't that Biomerica or something? There you go, Biomerica. That was running up. Remember last week I was saying that was looking pretty good. I remember looking at it, and that was running up there, not looking so bad. BNBX, that's in a pretty good spot too, guys. So you can keep an eye on that one right there. And what about your BNGO? That's a Bio Nano right there. It looks like they have earnings coming up. I didn't know if that was a split or an earning, but they have earnings coming up tomorrow for BNGO. BNGO, they have good old earnings coming up. So let's see what Bolt's up to right here. And Bolt Biotherapeutics, now that could bolt up right now and look pretty good. And DRMA is Dermata Therapeutics, and that was jumping up there, but it did pull back in the after hours. I'd probably have to look at that one tomorrow, as most of them, to be honest with you. EFOI Energy Focus right here. Let's get our energy focus going on, because energy could be popping, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's get focused on energy. This is a furnishing, fixtures, and appliance one, EFOI. It did spike up. It could run around a little bit more. We'll keep an eye on it. So let's keep an eye on that one right there. And let's see what GENK, that Genk restaurant. Remember, Laptop Travel was talking about this one the other day, and that was running up there, HWH. Now that looks pretty good too. What did I just do? I just made the chart smaller there, but HWH not looking so bad there. And JDAI, let's see what is that? JD, did I write something down wrong? IDAI, I think it might be. Yeah, IDA. My I's and my J's look exactly alike. I can't even tell the difference. T stamp right here. I almost call it a J stamp. I'm like looking at it like, is that a J or a T? I don't know what I'm looking at, but anyway, T stamp right here, cruising along, not looking bad. It even ran up in the after hours. I'd take a look at that one right now. IDIA. I'll just write it over here. IDIA. Yeah, keep an eye on that. That could be a little runner tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And then I think this one, I don't even know. Is this IC? That looks like a J too. Yeah, it is a J. See, I can't even tell what the heck I write. And here you go with JCTC, and that one could pop up a little bit more. It was running up some on Friday. I think I wrote KPRX right there because I'm familiar. I do know it's a stock ticker. Look at that thing. That looks like it wants to bounce off that MACD and right up there. That could get rolling right there, guys. Keep an eye on that one, Doge Mama 9. KPRX. That's a cheapie right there. That could get popping. And let's see. LIQT, Lick Tech, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, it's curling up. It does look pretty strong right there, whatever the heck it is. And Link right here, Interlink Electronics, that looks pretty strong as well. And again, we'll have to look at all of them tomorrow just to get a better idea. This is moving image or moving image. I guess that's how you call it. I don't even know what you call it, but this one's hitting a little resistance, not looking so bad right there. So yeah, this list is looking pretty good. Tonight we'll have to see what it looks like going into tomorrow. Look at Onco right here trying to roll up. That's a biotech one. It's been way down and trying to catch a pop on that one. And PODC right here, podcast one. Let's see. Are they listening to our podcast? We should find out. PODC, you should be tuning in right here to our Dougie Fresh Picks Stocks and Stuff show now that we actually have a real name. Maybe PODC will start listening, and I don't call it the old live show anymore. But anyway, that looks pretty good right there, PODC. It was pulling back in the after hours, but not looking so bad, I don't think. And then POLI, I don't know what I wrote. POL something. I thought that was one. Hold on. There's a stock that's just like that. What is it? I don't even know what I wrote, guys. I have no idea. Oh well. We'll skip that one. How about that? I don't know what it is. I know what SLE is. And let's see. That one's just in that channel, just kind of hanging out. And then your SLNG is, I don't even know, Stabilis, something like that. But that one's running up there, so keep an eye on that one in the morning. That could run. Let's see. This one has something to do. Oh yeah, it's oil and gas right here. So I guess the attacks, you might want to write that one down right there. This could be a play. SLNG. Didn't we look at this thing? I think we actually already looked at that bad boy. So there you go, with your laptop travel list. So there you are, laptop travel. Thanks for that list. Let's see what Michael Anthony has brewing, because the ABEO was going down. That DLO is running up though on Thursday, wasn't it? Friday it pulled back right there, not looking so hot. UEC right there, that's a uranium play. That stuff has not been looking good. I don't know what's going on with uranium. Remember we went through them all and I was just saying that they weren't looking great. And Tiger pulling back some more there, Michael Anthony. So that's not looking good. Your pager duty, that does look good, I must say. That looks good. How about your Pag Seguro right here pulling back a little bit? And then your Pedfico or Pedico or whatever the hell you call it, that one's actually not looking too bad right there, but it has a lot of resistance above it, so be careful with it. But that looked like the best one besides PD for that list, and there you go. And let's see what SEDG is up to. What did I just type in, Luis Rodriguez? But here's that Solar Edge. Solar's been looking good, I must say. So SEDG could continue to run up. And again, Energy One Solar, look at that watt. We were just talking about that thing. Holy cow, that's so crazy. That thing's continuing to run up. We were talking about that in the on this show. And obviously, oh yeah, I remember Mark was all over this thing at the end of the day there, and a bunch of people. We watched it go up all day. I remember we were talking about it in the small caps. There's no options. That's right. I did look. I remember. I was like, if there's options, I'll grab some. It didn't have them, but it did run up pretty big right there. I do remember looking at that on Friday right there, WATT, and it still looks good. I'm telling you guys, Ariel on the small cap, he mentioned this thing in like $10 range. I remember he mentioned it, and it was a good one right there. I must say that was a good call by him. And this is YCL right there. No, that's not what you wrote. You wrote YHC. That's that liquor house. That does, yeah, you mentioned this the other day. That actually does look pretty good right there. That YHC, that could continue to run up there, Luis Rodriguez. Not a bad one right there. And let me see what else you have. This gold short right here has been paying off pretty well, the 2-time gold short, and that is popping up a little bit. Down a little in the after hours, but that one's been playing pretty well right there. I know you've mentioned that one. And obviously your VIX, we'll look at that. QURE right here. Let's see, because that one had been down, and that could get moving again. Look at that. It looked like it bottomed out. Let's look at that tomorrow. That could get set up right there. QURE looking pretty decent when the rest of the market is not. ARM looking pretty strong on Friday. I'd have to look at it there on tomorrow to see what it wants to look like. Excuse me, but yeah, I was just trying to see what it said. What does this say? HSBC double upgrades arm to buy from reduce, raises price target to 205 from 90. Well, I'd say ARM just got a little stronger on that. How about that, guys? So there you go, ARM, and we'll be watching that one. So there you go, Luis Rodriguez. Thank you for them. And let's go through and see what our Mag 7 and big caps are doing. And if you're just tuning into the show, I did change the name. I didn't change it. We actually got a show name. I always just called it the live show, to be honest with you. And it's kind of interesting. I think this show just kind of kept me alive for the last almost 2 years while I've been trying to recoup from a brain injury. So it was a fitting name right there. And now it's going to be called Dougie Fresh Picks, Stocks and Stuff. So there you are. We actually got a real name. And now we can have a lot more fun with that, since it's much easier to promote it when you have a real name and you don't just call it the live show. I swear everybody used to ask me, like, what's your show called? I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of call it the live show. But now I can actually say, hey, look up Dougie Fresh Picks, Stocks and Stuff. So pretty cool right there. And here you go, a nice little jingle for you guys. And guess what, Luis Rodriguez? I actually made this one. Check it out. I didn't even tell you. Let me know if it echoes, though. Here you go.
Wanna make your polio sore. Dougie Fresh Picks is the place to score. Gonna find the poppers in real time. Dougie Fresh Picks will blow your mind. Dougie Fresh Picks, stocks and stuff. It's the only place to get enough. Dougie Fresh Picks, stocks and stuff. Dougie Fresh Picks, stocks and stuff. Yeah. Wanna make your port.
How's that, guys? I thought that was pretty good, and I was just messing with the sound. I meant to turn the other volume down to see if it wasn't going to echo when I was doing it. So let me know, Luis Rodriguez. It's echoing still. I don't know. I have to find out what's going on with that, to be honest with you. So I won't play too many jingles because it is echoing like crazy. It doesn't sound good at all. So I have to get that figured out. And I'll get that figured out for sure. I was like, maybe if I turn down this sound on the computer and I can't hear it, that's why I was like, I don't even know when it's over. But I didn't want it to echo so you guys could hear it. But it's still echoing. But yeah, I made a little jingle right there, Luis Rodriguez. How's that? And I just did what you always do. I obviously saw how you do it on there with Gemini. So I was like, hey, let me try that out. And yeah, I just made that real quick right before the show, to be honest with you. But let's cruise through, see what the Mag 7 and everybody looks like, and then we'll wrap it up, and you guys can go enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening and some more men's or some more college basketball, obviously, because it's March Madness, and let's see what that game. I was curious. Looks like Tennessee may upset Virginia. Number 3, is that? Is they number 3? It looks like number 3. Number 6, Tennessee might upset number 3, Virginia. They're up 77-71 with like 11 seconds to go. And so, yeah, we'll hop off, and there's still some other games going on, and you guys can enjoy the rest of your weekend, because tomorrow we might need some rest. This market might get really out of control really quick. So let's take a look and just see, because the SPY was coming down big time. And like I said, I shorted the Qs down twice actually on Friday, guys. The first time it was 60%, I think. I hit for 60. I forget what it was. I posted it. You guys probably saw it regardless. And then the second time, hold on, I'll tell you, what was it? Like, yeah, it was over. No, it was 70%. The first time was 70%, a little over 70. And then the second time was 133%. And if I would have just held them, guys, holy cow, they would have been up probably like 300 or 400%. Because I probably sold them like right around here or something. Yeah, right around here probably. And then they really went dipping down there towards the end of the day to like 578. They did bounce back up a little bit at the end of the day. But I would say they are not looking good right there. Let's put it that way. The Q's not looking good. SPY wasn't looking good. IWM not looking so healthy either. So I do think we might be seeing some more pullback. Is tomorrow the last day of pullback? I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what, that IWM right now looks like it wants to come to that 230 area, and that would be a big, big pullback right there. That would be a beautiful opportunity too, because all you got to do is play it back up off that bounce, and wow, it'll probably pay pretty massive when it gets running right there. So we'll be watching for all of that great stuff, obviously, all tomorrow morning, and letting you know on the 7 a.m. Fresh picks, Dougie Fresh Picks Stocks and Stuff show, and that'll be our pre-market show at 7 a.m. that we do every Monday through Friday, and this show every Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. So you get two shows, and we do cover the entire market nonstop and make sure that we know always what's going on, what's going to be popping, what sectors and everything. And then it's up to everybody to kind of trade it smart, because that seems to like the hard part. We can pick it out real easy. We just have to be able to trade it, and then you can do well. And if you do that, you can hit 133 percenters on the Qs going down, and that was like quick, guys. That wasn't even like a really long hold right there for them. I play them pretty fast because I go in with a little bit of position, and honestly, if they're pulling back and you see that kind of number, you almost know it's going to go down some more. But psychologically, having zero DTEs and one little bounce up will just wipe out like any of that profit like immediately and put you in the red. So you gotta just kind of lock in those profits. Let's put it that way. So anyway, let's cruise through and see what's going on. Gold's back at 401. Luis Rodriguez said silver's probably down everything. I'm telling you guys, these things are going to get crushed there tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. And let's see. Apple was down 97 cents. It looks like it's got some support under it, but I'm not so sure. Maybe it bounces up a little bit. I don't know. They were bouncing up at the end of the day. But again, you had the weekend to go, and then I don't think that they're going to be doing so well. And Luis Rodriguez said that silver's down to 59, so that's a pretty big dip too. And Amazon right there is down. Like I said, I don't think that after hours pop up is going to matter, so we won't even look at that. Google was down, little pop up in the after hours, but that could get erased immediately. And then Meta, you can see, was trying to pop up. Was there news probably after the market closed? I think I forgot, or right at the end. Yeah, there was news after the market closed. I forget what it was. I think Trump said that like he was going to take it easier. They were going to do something, but again, you don't know what the hell's going on until that thing's over, and it actually really gets reversed. You got to assume that this market's going to be dipping right here, like Microsoft is at the moment. Nvidia is coming down as well, not looking so hot, and then Tesla's following suit and driving itself down pretty good right now. So there you go. AMC, that was pulling back a little bit more. And what about your GameStop down? So even though it was trying to get set up right there going into its earnings on Tuesday right there, GameStop has earnings day, and I don't know if that's going to look even good right there. I know it was trying to get set up, but I don't think that one's going to hold up, to be honest with you. And what about your Chewy? That was down as well. Unity was down. And let's see what Netflix right here was up to. That was up a little bit. Again, that one's pulling back, it looks like. I don't think it's going to do anything crazy. Let's put it that way. PSKY right there. Whoa, what am I typing in? There you go. That's actually, look at Paramount trying to bounce back up, guys. So keep an eye on that one. Warner Brothers still dipping. Maybe Paramount PSKY is trying to get set up right there and trying to move along. So we'll definitely keep our eyes on Paramount. Let's see what our semiconductors were up to, because AVGO pulling back. MU took a nice big dip right there. It was bouncing around a little bit. I know that because we were playing it in the Discord. I know, but yeah, mostly pulled back for the most part. MU, and then TSM was pulling back right there. It was coming down some more, and then your SMCI, you know, that's pulling back, guys. Holy cow! I mean, what a story! This story is so crazy that the co-founder and director, Yinside, whatever his name's, Wally. I'll just call him Wally. They resigned from the board. I guess so. I mean, they got caught stealing. They tried to smuggle $2.5 billion of NVIDIA chips to China or something. I wonder what they were going to make. You think they were going to get paid like $10 billion for them $2.5 billion worth of chips? I mean, to go try to smuggle that, you would assume they were getting paid like $10 billion, right? I would assume so. Now they're in some major shit and trouble. Look at the company. Holy cow. I think the company's about to go down completely with them. And so, yeah, there you go, SMCI. Holy cow, whatever. But this company's always had problems. So I guess Wally wasn't always so truthful. I don't know who Wally even is. But I like how it says, yeah, Cheyenne. What I couldn't say his name if I had to, but it just says Wally in parentheses, like that's his name, Wally. I like it. Anyway, good old Wally's up a shitstorm right there. And I mean, holy cow, can you imagine? Wow, that's a story. I'm not gonna lie. So SMCI, they have a real story going on. AMD, that's just pulling back. I mean, that will recoup. I don't know if SMCI is necessarily ever going to recoup from something like that. They can step away from the board and everything else they want to, but they're in a shitload of trouble, that company, just because that happened with good old Wally. And what did you say? Maybe instead of being paid, Xi Jinping, whatever his name is, promised not to kill Wally's family, still remaining in China. Typical tactics of the government. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Yeah, you might be right about something like that, laptop travel. I wouldn't doubt it either. I mean, you don't doubt anything that goes on over there. So yeah, they would probably go, Wally, you want to see your family again? You might want to grab some NVIDIA chips and bring them over here. You and the co-founder. I don't even know what his name was. But anyway, what a crazy story, though. I mean, that is pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. How about QCOM just hanging out? It looks like it's in a good spot, but it could go either way. And Snowflake, we're about to see snow come down in the middle of in the end of March right here, the middle of March, towards the end of March, in the beginning of April. It doesn't look like snow's going up at the moment, so you are going to see some snow coming down at this moment. And PayPal right here, that was trying to set up, but I don't think it's going to hold itself up. It's in a good spot. I don't know. It is in a pretty good spot. I'll look at it tomorrow for PayPal. I'm going to write it down over here and see what that looks like. Intel had been looking pretty good until Friday came along and destroyed it. And Dell was still running up, but I wouldn't trust it now. I think Dell might be a good one to take down right now, guys, because it looks like there's a lot of room for it to come down. And that bad boy looks like it's about to come down. So I would say Dell coming down tomorrow could be a really good play. I'm not going to lie. So I may be looking at that in the morning. I'll put it that way. And let me see what else is going on over here. I lost my spot when I got excited about Dell coming down. I didn't play it on the way up, and I caught it perfectly. So let's play it on the way down. IBM dipping down pretty hard right there. That's for sure. And Palantir is coming down, guys. Maybe Michael Anthony. Michael Anthony. Maybe we are going to see this bad boy. I'm not sure, but we'll have to definitely see what's going to happen. I would love to play your song about it, but it's going to just echo and not sound good. So we're not going to do that. And yeah, there you go with Palantir. I got to get that thing fixed, though. I don't know what's going on. And Sophie right here. Let's see what Sophie's up to. That's pulling. But remember, I was saying Sophie hadn't looked good, and it's still dipping down a little bit. Sandisk, huge dip as well. That could be another one that has a big old dip coming down. Sandisk has been running up pretty good. Adobe actually up. How's Adobe up right there? It doesn't look great, but it was up somehow. And Oracle is pulling back some more, and that could be dipping down a lot as well. Strategy is going to be coming back because crypto's coming down, and then Robinhood and Coinbase, they're all going to follow. Remember, Coinbase was looking great. Now it's not. I mean, it still has a setup, but it does look like it could curl coming down. We'd have to look at it tomorrow, but it had been looking good, and it did run up pretty well. Look at Bull right there. I mean, that's just been kind of on its way down, not looking the best either. And then, of course, your space right here has been getting set up. We'll see. It could roll off the MACD. That could run. Boeing's been dipping down. Remember, we should have played that coming down. We'd said it wasn't looking good. DJT dipping down as well. And not so sure that's going to get moving. What about your Nike right here in the basement? That's not looking beautiful. Lulu was pulling down right there. And even McDonald's in a red market. McDonald's is saying red. So that's not looking good. Disney right there holding on by a thread. Look at this thing, Louis. How the hell is Disney even up? What do they even have going on? They appointed a new CEO. Oh, well, there you go. That's what happened then, huh? What was that? Friday they appointed a new CEO right there. I don't even know who's Josh D'Amaro. I'm sure he's new CEO. Oh, they appointed him to the board of directors. There you go. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it has a nice curl up look, but I think it's going to get rejected. I was wondering how it was even up, but I guess on that news, it was up right there. And what about Oxy right here? Let's see. Let me see about Oxy. So it could be Luis Rodriguez. If it doesn't echo when you post it on the X feed, that's the StreamYard. I was right. It was StreamYard. All right, I got to contact them. Like I said, I'm putting it in through. I have it on the whatchamacallit, on I have it actually uploaded in the StreamYard, and you're saying that they're the only ones that actually that echo. So yeah, I gotta just do it that way. Put them or let you do them on there and just play them in the X. I can't play the ones that are already loaded up there, but I gotta hit them up because they're echoing. And what about this? Does this echo when I play this? Let me know. Hold on, ready? Because they have like rock and stuff. Let me see. You want some dance music? Played this before. Is that echo? Hold on. It might be hard with the there we go. I guess with no words it's hard to tell. Hold on. It's not gonna have words either. I don't know. But yeah, I guess everything I play through here.
Fresh picks on the air. Join the fun if you dare. Michael Anthony made a call. Palantir's gonna surely fall.
It may now, Michael Anthony. I'm not gonna play it through because it's gonna echo. But anyway, no echo. Hold on, wait. That one did. Hold on. That is a terrible echo right there. All right, yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know what the heck goes on with these things, guys. So yeah, the music that they have, it's words that echo for some reason, and it's definitely on StreamYard. Then you have Luis Rodriguez over here. I saw you had just posted something. I didn't see what it was yet, but let me just look. And you have one ready. Let's look. What does it say? Bitcoin, please stabilize. So tell me if this echoes. You ready?
Let the peaks and valleys fade. Inner stillness
no echo
finds
on
its
that, huh?
way.
All right, see, it's definitely StreamYard. We figured it out completely. So, because the words are coming through easily on here, it's getting picked up by my microphone. And so yeah, it's definitely a StreamYard issue right there. I gotta contact StreamYard and find out what's going on because it's definitely on their end. All right, well, we figured that out. How about that? Sleepy Me, I know. I was like, oh, it did start off well. I liked it, but play that for your daughter at bedtime. There you go. How about Oxy? Still go? Remember we were saying this has like all these options and stuff. That's why it has all them options right there. So there you go. What OXY, and then that monster right here is still coming back down. But let's see if this thing bottoms out right here. I'll tell you, this thing might be a monster. So there you go. What MNST, and yeah, so I definitely know it's through the old StreamYard. If I play it through their sound, it echoes. If I play it through X or anything else, it doesn't echo. So it's definitely on that. I mean, that's literally playing. They have a media asset area right here. And then it tells you they have sounds, and that's how you know what the market's actually doing right now, guys. It's kind of doing this. That's exactly what it just did. The whole market looks like that. But yeah, then they give you them sounds, and they give you some background music right there, and you can upload your own. And so I did, and then it echoes. That's pretty funny, right? But anyway, what's this? Feeding the what the heck is this one? Some music. I don't even know what this is. You like that? Yeah. Should I just play that in the background for the whole show? It's like I could talk to this beat, I think. I mean, that would be fine. I think I could probably. I don't even hear it, actually. It's just like after a couple seconds, I wouldn't even keep on the beat. I would just do my own thing, and there'd be some sound in the background, but that would be funny. But yeah, I don't even know what that is. Again, they add these sounds in there, and then whenever I play my own, forget about it. It doesn't even work. So there you are, guys. But let's get back to the show and hop off here early. So like I said, you guys, let's see what that score was. I wanted to see if that was an upset right there. Don't you love all the crazy upsets in the college basketball tournament in the March Madness? Where'd that go? All right. Well, Iowa, Florida are on in Utah State and Arizona, but now I can't find where that game is. Here it is. Tennessee. Was that what it was? Yeah. Tennessee and Virginia? No, it wasn't that. I don't even know what game it was now. I forget what I even said. Damn, they moved it. I don't even know which one it was. Was that it? Tennessee and Virginia? Because Tennessee, yeah, Tennessee was the upset. Yeah, Virginia got upset. 79-72. That must have been it. Yeah, there you go. There you are with a little upset. But anyway, here we go. Let's finish through our show. We did our entire list. Let me see what you guys want to see. And then we'll wrap it up early this evening, and you guys can enjoy the rest of the weekend, enjoy the rest of the March Madness for tonight. And the next games are on Thursday night. And from what the looking, honestly, I got it completely wrong the other day. And I was like, looks like the market's going to be up and oil's going to be down. It was the complete opposite of what was going on. But that was last week. So I'm not even going to give you a guess. I would say the market's going to be red in the morning. That's what it looks like to me. We didn't even look at USO. And it was up, and yeah, it does look pretty good to try to roll off there if I had to guess. And then your oil stuff right there, well, it is down a little bit, 0.70. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. You want to see one day performance? Look at this, guys. The coffee, the VIX, and the sugar. How do you like that? I mean, how crazy is that? Is that not insane, right? And oh man, that's pretty wild stuff right there. What's your feeder cattle up to? Because they were looking pretty healthy to run up pretty soon too. Yeah, these things. I'm telling you, these prices are gonna. How are the prices gonna get more expensive for stuff? I don't even get it. But this feeder cattle is about to get. I mean, if beef prices go up anymore, you might as well just not even eat beef anymore. Or go kill your own cows or whatever you got to do because it's like insane. I mean, you go and get like what you used to pay for like a filet mignon. Like now you're just getting like the cheap meat. It's like nuts. It's so crazy. Anyway, yeah, that's about to go higher too. I'm not gonna lie. So look into feeder cattle. What can we trade with this? Because that's about to go out. We should really look at these futures. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's pretty easy to see what they're gonna do. I mean, I can easily tell you. Let's put it that way. Australian stocks are tumbling. In technical correction territory. So are we. So are the American ones. So we have something in common with Australia now. Asian shares skid and yields rise as the Gulf War escalates and the U.S. stock futures drop in 4-week fall as Trump issues Iran ultimatum. That's what I was talking about earlier. And he said he was giving them 48 hours yesterday to open up the Strait of Hormuz. That's what it's called. Stock futures are a little changed after Trump ultimatum to Iran. And Street tries to snap 4-week slide. And Trump, Iran trade threats to hit key infrastructure. So there you go. Let's see what's active right now real quick. If anything's active at the moment. AZTR. I don't know what that even is. And that W, remember that was running up the other day. There's Comcast right there. They're kind of dipping down, not looking so good. This China one was running up. SMCI is obviously pulling back. Intel is dipping down as well. Yeah, there's that. Remember this one, JDZG? We were looking at this J8 thing for a little while there. It started to move up a little bit. Remember that Doge Mama 9? Here we are, small cap bear right there. That looks like it's doing pretty well. And let's see what else is going on. Nothing that really grabs my attention. That plug's pulling back at the moment. So there you are. Let me see what you guys want to look at. And let me see. Will this be the last night for Iranian regime? Trump's reputation is on the line. I agree, Laptop Travel. I think either has to do something like drastic and major, like tonight or tomorrow morning, or he's in major trouble. This market's going to tank on him. He's not going to be able to get it back up there. He's going to get crushed on the midterms if that's the case, because the economy's going to be shit. Everybody's going to be pissed, and then he's going to give it away. And all that hard work to win over everything for the Republicans, and he's going to get trounced. But that's politics at its finest, guys. So that's what we have to look forward to, and that's what we're going to be seeing if that goes on. And Luis Rodriguez said MU, Tesla, and Google all dipping in the overnight, so they're not looking good. And there's an X energy sector thing. I didn't even see that one. Hold on, let me go back. That was Bitcoin? That's the wrecking ball. We got here the wrecking ball right here, Luis Rodriguez. Hold on. Oh, there we go. We'll play the wrecking ball.
4 red weeks, the charts are bleeding out. can't
Yeah, you
even
are.
count the paper that I'm bleeding out. This ain't a dip, it's a financial wrecking ball. Watching all my tendies getting wrecked and fall. Stonks go down, that's a guarantee. Took my whole portfolio from me. That wrecking ball
That's a
just
good one.
took it all from me. That wrecking ball, yeah, it took it all from me.
I like that one, Luis Rodriguez. That's a great one right there. That one we heard. This one, hold on, energy sector. That's what I wanted to hear. Hold on, let's go back to this guy. You guys ready for some energy sector? Let's see.
Ooh, yeah, Wall Street beat. Some investors are holding back with headlines on their mind. But the energy sector's the one you're gonna find.
Oh, yeah.
A balanced outcome, just maintain your exposure. And buy the weakness now. Buy the weakness now.
And Laptop Travel posted last night for Iran. And honestly, I think something big might go down too. They might get like obliterated tonight or something crazy. Like I said, I think Trump's legacy's on the line. It's really teetering right there. I think he knows that's where that ultimatum came in. The market is not in a good spot for him, let's put it that way. And if he loses that, it's going to go down. You can't just get it back like that. You can't just snap your fingers and have it pop up. Not after it sells off, because I've explained in today's market, it triggers algorithms, which all these bots are traded on, and it'll be like a domino effect. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. It'll just sell off so fast, so hard that you just can't recoup that. You can't get that market back up, because you'd have to get all that money to go back in, and the bots and algorithms aren't going to be built for it to go back up at that moment. So there you are, and that's what we're looking at. So yeah, I think he better do something. Something better happen to pump these markets. So that's why I'm saying I think they're going to be red in the morning, but we definitely have to look and see what is happening first thing and what happens overnight. I think we may see something happen overnight here on a Sunday evening. So we'll be keeping our ears open and our eyes open to see what happens in the morning. Let me see what else is going on. Let me see. The echo, I gotta fix it. Like I said, that's definitely through StreamYard now, I could tell. So I'm glad we figured that one out. And the wrecking ball, that was a good one. What's Australian oil seed up to right here? Look at that coot. I knew that one. And that one right there. I was just pulling back at the moment. Not sure. Laptop Travel thinking he likes coot right there, I guess. I'm not sure, but he put it up there for something. NATO has got to be concerned about Iran's missiles range capabilities. Now, I would agree with that too, Laptop Travel. I agree. And all their arsenal of drones and stuff, they've done some major damage. I mean, it's crazy. And could you imagine what would happen to the economies and global tourism if a missile was launched targeting Paris, Rome, London, any of them? Yeah, it would be kind of crazy. That's for sure. I mean, I think Dubai is going to be hurt pretty good by all this. That's for sure. I bet a lot of people are going to be leaving Dubai and not coming back. I mean, they kind of realize that's not exactly the safest spot to be. It's beautiful, but not exactly safe. So I don't know how that tourism is going to be over there. And an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. NATO should heed grandma's words. And what does that say? Blitz. I don't even know what that word says. Something like that, but wrecking ball for sure. And can you make it sound closer to Miley's version? That's a good idea. There you go. Did you post that up there? Miley Cyrus version of wrecking ball. That's a good idea right there. Let's see. Let me see. Is it up here? Is this a new version, Luis Rodriguez? I gotta check. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, no, I think that's the same. Nope, I tweeted it out, so that was the same version right there. But anyway, we'll have to get a new version for the morning. How's that, Luis Rodriguez? Work on that for the morning. How's that? And we'll have a wrecking ball Miley Cyrus version in the morning. That would be pretty funny, actually. So there you are. Did you get it? He already did it. He just dropped it, I think. I think I just saw it Where did that come? Oh, there, you already did. That was fast, dude. Holy cow. Luis Rodriguez is quick on this stuff. Well, here we go. We'll end the show with good old Miley Cyrus version of Wrecking Ball for the old markets right here. And let me see. Laptop Travel said Dubai had a city slogan which has the safest destination for their tourism slogan. Oops. Yeah, you're not kidding, dude. Yeah, you know what it was safe from? There was no crime, but there was but they didn't, I guess they didn't factor in drones coming in from Iran, huh? So, yeah, not exactly the safest tourism spot, but here you go. It's a wrecking ball in that market. And like I said, Trump is teetering right here. So we'll obviously be watching this market first thing in the morning. We'll be on at 7 a.m. And let's hear what Wrecking Ball has. Miley Cyrus version. Here we are, everybody. Oh, go.
Yeah, 4 red weeks, the charts are bleeding out. Can't even count the paper that I'm bleeding out. This ain't a dip, it's a financial wrecking ball. Watching all my attendees getting wrecked and fall. Donks go down, that's a guarantee. Took my whole portfolio from me. That wrecking ball just took it all from me. That wrecking ball, yeah, it took it all from me.
Yeah, market's a wrecking ball. There you go. Oh, there you go. I like that one. And this means Blitzkrieg or something. It's a German word. I realized it was German when I looked at it. Lightning War was a German military strategy designed to secure quick victories through surprise, speed, and concentrated force. Gotcha. All right, then I learned a new word. Not that I'll remember, but there you are, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed all that. And of course, our wrecking ball right there, which is our market. And that was a good one right there. I don't know. They're both. What did this one sound like? I kind of forget, to be honest. Let's hear.
Yeah, 4 red weeks, the charts are bleeding out.
Oh, they're both good. Which one do you hear? Tell me which one you guys like. Let's have a vote.
This ain't a dip, it's a financial wrecking ball. Watching all my attendees getting wrecked and fall. Stonks go down, that's a guarantee. Took my whole
you know what it is? If the beat's good and they can keep it to the beat, it usually sounds pretty decent.
Took it all from me. That wrecking ball, yeah, took it all from me.
And with auto tune and the internet and AI, it's pretty impressive what happens.
Yeah, 4 red weeks, the charts are bleeding out. Can't even count the paper that I'm bleeding out. This ain't a dip, it's a financial wrecking ball. Watching all my attendees getting wrecked and fall. Stonks go down, that's a guarantee. Took my whole portfolio from me. That wrecking ball just took it all from me. That wrecking ball, yeah, it took it all from me.
Yeah, they are pretty good right there. I like both of them, actually. Luis Rodriguez, great work. And what did you say right there? Emirates or whatever's reached out to all travel agents like you and asked for input on how to move forward and reignite tourism. Yeah, they're already reaching out. I believe it. And they're like, what the hell are we going to do? You know what your advice is, Laptop Travel? Build a big golden dome so nobody can shoot another drone or anything there, and they might have a shot at it, but I don't know. So there you go, everybody. There's on Microsoft or something. I don't know what you're saying there, Luis Rodriguez, but something like that. But there you are, everybody. I'd say that's a pretty fun Sunday evening with our new show name, Dougie Fresh Picks Stocks and Stuff. How about that, everybody? There's a jingle on Microsoft, too. Wow, Luis Rodriguez is cranking them out right now. I guess we'll end the show on a Microsoft jingle since Luis Rodriguez is on. Where's it at? I don't even see it. Where'd it go? I don't see it up there. Unless you posted it before and I missed it. I don't even know. I saw that one, MicroStrategy, right? Oh, that was Microsoft? Oh, Microsoft. I thought that was MicroStrategy. I thought there was 2 MicroStrategy ones. That's why, because there was that Bitcoin one. That's why I missed it, Luis Rodriguez. I just thought it was another one. I just kind of scrolled by. I forgot about it, to be honest. But it says Microsoft. I didn't even realize. Sorry, MSFT. Huh. All right, let's look at this. Let's listen to it.
Ooh, the MSFT chart of our love's been drawn. Girl, we almost hit that 381 target line. Then pull back just shy. A sentimental
Oh.
sign. But if we break above that 3885, I know for sure our MSFT love will feel alive. Cause above that reversal, we'll reach that open space. A 398 kind of view for me and you to chase. A view for me and you to chase.
There you go. Now you even know you can even put in your targets and everything and write in your lyrics. That's pretty awesome right there. But there you go. I think this one was good though. Wrecking Ball ones are great. So there you go, everybody. I'll just talk right over it while it's on.
Even count the
And
paper
all
that I'm
information
bleeding
presented here is
out.
for
This
educational
ain't a
and
dip, it's a
informational
financial
purposes only.
wrecking ball.
Advice. So
Watching
always
all
do
my
your due
attendees
diligence. I
getting
hope
wrecked and
everybody had a
fall.
great
Stones go
weekend.
down, that's a
Enjoy the
guarantee.
rest of your
Took my
March
whole
Madness this
portfolio
weekend and the other
from
two
me.
games that are on
That
right
wrecking
now.
ball
And the
just
rest of your
took it
Sunday
all
night
from
will be
me.
on
That wrecking
tomorrow
ball,
morning
yeah,
at
it took
7
it all
a.m.
from
And there you go. It's the Wrecking Ball. I
me.
just talked right over that whole song for you guys. How about that? And there you are. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night again. And I'll see you guys in the morning. And this was our first show with our real show name. It's Dougie Fresh Pick Stocks and Stuff. We actually have a show name, and we're going to stick to it and do some good marketing with it now. So how about that, everybody? We'll make the audience even bigger. We'll get a lot more people tuned in now that we can actually do some marketing. It was really hard to market like the live show. It didn't make any sense. But now stocks and stuff, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's what we do. We do stocks and stuff. We do it all. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, Doge Mom and 9, Joseph Levy, of course, Janica hanging out, and Robin and everybody else tuning in, Ross and all the Discorders. I'll see you guys in the morning as well. So, guys, enjoy your night, and I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. And there you are. Yeah, that's it. I already did the thing. Yeah, enjoy your night, guys, and go watch the basketball games. There's 2 of them left. So there you are, and I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night, everybody.